Good afternoon. Today I happened to find a CRT TV. I believe that's the order it goes in, CRT. It's one of the old TVs. It does not have COX cables, or the red, white, and yellow. I looked around and couldn't find them. It only has a little cable area. I forget what that's called. I'm gonna have to see how I can hook that up to the VHS if I can. This could be a dud. All the same, it was very nice to see. I already have it plugged in. And to describe it to you, when you flip on the power, you feel static electricity come from the TV. It's a wonderful thing, and you can just watch it warm up. Listen closely. That's a beautiful thing to me. So I have this, and I'm gonna try and set it up. It's an interesting thing. The black, the darkness that goes up the screen and then change out with static, I'm not seeing that in person. That's only on the camera. Whatever the camera may be capturing. It's just pure static for me. Alright, anyway. But also, let's listen. Beautiful. Also today I've gone to 2 different thrift stores, and in total I have found 50 tapes. All very cheap. It's a cheap pastime. Most of these were found at a different thrift store in Boone's Creek. And I was there for about 2 hours sorting through all the tapes they had. And I only got halfway done when I decided to quit because I was starting to get a headache and be very hungry. After I secured all these tapes, I got some food on the way home. I came inside. I sat down for a minute and passed out because of exhaustion. The headache, the food, the suddenly I had food, my sugar went up and down, I suppose. Anyway, let's get through some of these. I'm gonna try and perch this camera. Let's see if I can set you right there. How's the view? I think that can work. I'll try and get through 25 of these. And then I'll do the rest later on. Right here I have Our Gang. This is a fairly old feature, as you can tell by some of the art. That's Alfalfa right there. And I'm willing to bet, what was his name? The main leader of the gang. But if you'd watched my earlier video, I have The Little Rascals, which is a newer version of Our Gang. It was strange. Last night, Maggie and I watched The Little Rascals, and I looked on Rotten Tomatoes. And the critics were not happy with it. They were like, I don't know if changing it over to a feature film from a short story, would anybody really watch it? And yes, a lot of people would watch it. I don't know why they're like that. And here we have the classic C.S. Lewis children's story, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Animated and I don't really know what you'd call it without being rude. Cheaply animated? Who knows? I've never seen this before. And I have an interest in C.S. Lewis, which is why I purchased it. I think that'll be interesting to look at. I think I checked it well there, but let's make sure there's no mold. Nope, no mold. Now, it seemed like most of the stuff he had there was in good condition. He had quite a few duplicates. What was I kept on finding? I found 5 or 6 copies of Forrest Gump. So if you need one, go ahead and leave a comment and I can get you one. I wouldn't mind to. Here we have a movie featuring Mark Wahlberg and George Clooney, apparently, called The Perfect Storm. I've seen some advertisements for this, and I have an interest in it. Maybe I won't like the movie all that much when I watch it. Maybe I'll resell it. But it's not too much of a loss being $1 a tape. Here we have something I've already purchased, but this is in much better condition. Is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I look forward to watching this with Maggie, as this was also something I watched as a kid. A lot of these will be something I watched as a kid, as my hobby is mainly nostalgia-based. And then we get into quite a few Disney movies that I have found. Right on top we had The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. I know that I've seen this, but I do not remember the plot. Why don't we have a little look-see inside? It's got the nice blue outline right there. I'm not seeing any mold or any damage. It seems pretty well kept. I don't know if you can make it out there, but it has a little black cover over the tape. I've never seen that before. I don't know if you're aware, but the little hatch right here, you can't open up by yourself. It opens up inside the VCR player. Something you can do, and if you be very careful, there's a little button right here that my camera is not focusing on. You press down on that button, you can lift up that lid, and you can see the beginning of the tape right there where it's white. Do not touch the tape with your fingers. That could lead to a lot of damage. But along with The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, I have the first one, which I can either keep or sell as a set. I found fully restored 30th limited edition anniversary, The Jungle Book. This might be worth something. I'll have to double check. If it's not, then it's always worth something to me, and I can keep it. I'd love to see the commercials they have on this. It has a nice little gold outline that shimmers. Oh, and along with that, I have The Jungle Book 2, featuring this little girl. Don't remember the plot of this either. The second one's, I don't know, would I be wrong in saying they were never as good as the first ones? They're certainly not as famous. And here we go. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The first. This was a nice movie in my opinion. Now we've got a little sticker right there. Now if it was a full sticker, I might keep it on there. If there was no sticker, that'd be fine, but halfway, that's just not very pretty. I'll try and get that off sometime. And we have The Lion King 1.5. To go along with Somewhere, I did buy The Lion King 1. If I'm not mistaken, this one was mainly about Timon and some family troubles he has. Let's have a look in there. Oh, it has the nice little blue outline again. I am enjoying that. I also found The Emperor's New Groove. This one I'm very fond of. Something we watch quite a bit, and I remember there was at least one time we watched The Emperor's New Groove in youth group. So we had a movie night. Very nice. Now to go along with, we have The Lion King, the first one. Now I've seen this sell for quite a bit on eBay, but that might have been a special edition. I'll have to take a look. Let's pop that out. All of these seem to be in fairly good condition. No mold. Perfect. Now, how many have we already gone through? I don't want to get carried away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's see, what were we, 25? We have 13 more to go? Is that wrong? 14. Math was never my strongest suit. Here we have something I think I will enjoy, but something I've never seen. Jim Carrey's Liar Liar. I love Jim Carrey, and not mainly for his comedy. My favorite movie of all time would be, what's the name? It's very sad. The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It was a wonderful, wonderful performance by him. Everyone talks a lot about Dumb and Dumber, which I couldn't enjoy and couldn't finish. Now, of course, he's a very funny man, but there's more beyond that. And I prefer to see that other side. Now, here we have something, again, I've never seen, and something that Maggie would love for me to see, as we've talked about it before, is The Wizard of Oz. I think that'll be interesting. Oh, this was in upside down. What do we have? Looks like it is in good condition. No mold, no mold. One of these days I'm going to get me an actual camera and an actual stand. We won't have this half-hitch look in place. Here we have a comedy, but still Robin Hood. As Robin Hood, Men in Tights. I started this movie at one point, and then Maggie got home and we went and had a date, and I never finished it. I've heard good things about it, but I'll have to see sometime. Something I think my mother really liked, or maybe it was my dad. And something I've heard a lot about from other collectors is The Rocketeer. I did find a lot of good things in that shop. I had to dig through quite a bit of hunting videos and westerns, which are things I do not really enjoy. I think this was one of the first superhero type of movies. I'll have to look into that, but I think that would be fairly interesting. What else do we have? Ah, yes. This one has a particular sheen on the case that I really enjoy. The movie itself, it's alright. The second and third were not the best. But we have Keanu Reeves, The Matrix. There's a lot of symbolism in this show, but I don't know. I couldn't really get behind it all the way. Rated R. I can't remember why. It didn't seem overly violent or overly sexual. Ah yes, and this is something I should check out. Came in a previewed movie. This probably came from a rental store, however long ago that would be. This is called The Game. I have no idea what that is. And it's got one of those stickers, please rewind tape. A lot of them you can find, be kind, please rewind. Some of them with a little smiley face, some of them not. But I think that's adorable. And I love looking for tapes like that. Sometimes I'll buy a tape, even if I don't know what the movie's about, if it has one of the stickers, just to preserve it. Here we have Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This did not come in a case. This I bought. I'm not overly fond of Monty Python, but, you know, it's a bit of history. I don't know the next time I'll see a Monty Python. Ah, yes, and another, without a case, that we didn't watch very much. We watched the second one of these quite a bit, but this one was fairly sad. It is The Fox and the Hound. A very sad one, if I remember correctly. I've only seen it a couple times. Oh, on the larger reel, you can't really see anything, but I see just a smidgen of mold on that side. I'll have to see what we can do. Yeah, we might be able to work around it. Ah, yes. Another one, very old, that Maggie actually hasn't seen, is Walt Disney's Bambi. Let's see if I can fit that in screen. There we go. Now, what year did this come out? If I'm not mistaken, sometime in the 40s is when Bambi was made. I very well could be mistaken. I reserve my right to be wrong. Now here we have something that they did have a couple different collections of. And I tried to pick the one that was in the best condition. And it also has a nice little sheen on the box. Is Men in Black. This is a decent movie. I don't mind it. If you can see the colorful little flashing on there. I don't know what you would call that, honestly. I'll have to look it up. Something to know. What is this? It's got a little sticker on the VHS itself that says Movie Gallery. That is interesting. How many have we done so far? I honestly don't want to stop, but I should split this up and get to work. I haven't even worked today, just because I came home and crashed. I meant to do this first and not take too much time, but I was so exhausted I came home. Let's see what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 VHSs, and I can only go up to 25. That's 4 more that I can show you. What to do? Just 4. Alright. I'll split up the other one. I don't know if I'll post it around the same time, but I think I'll come home later tonight and record the rest. was just picking 4. Alright, how about this? Something we watched as children and enjoyed quite a bit. The Mask of Zorro. Let's see, when was this made? PG-13, approximately 137 minutes. I can see a copyright 1998. I assume that's when it was released, but it may not be. That's one. Okay. Here I have something I'm interested in. I don't know. First of all, this is a sealed VHS, which is sometimes hard to find. A lot of the time you walk into a store and you can see like 5 different tapes that are sealed. And then as you look closer, they've all been torn at the bottom where you pull out the tape. Like, alright, if you're gonna do that, just take the film off. You're giving me false hope there. This is Princess of Wales, Diana. Now, this being sealed and being Princess Diana, I don't know if it's worth anything. But even if it's not worth something on eBay, I like it very much. I'm hesitant to take off the seal to watch it, though. There's not very many things you would find that are sealed, so maybe I'll keep it like this for a while. We'll see. Oh, you know what, let's throw that in. I happen to have found, it's not in a plastic case, it's in the paper one, but I think it may be worth something, is Star Wars 1, The Phantom Menace. Now, I know the prequels are not as beloved as the first couple, but I feel like this may be worth something. At very least, I am happy to keep it if nobody else wants it. I'm not seeing any mold, I'm seeing quite a bit of tape. This seems like more tape than the average VCS. VCS, that's not right. I am tired. Two more. What can I pick out? Okay, I'll go with these 2, I suppose. They're on the top. Here we have Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is the one with that one cop. I'm afraid I've forgotten his name. Very good performance. Perhaps I could find the first one. I hope I can somewhere. And next we have the Blues Brothers. Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. I'm familiar with the name Dan Aykroyd, though not quite who he is. I'm familiar with the name. If I'm not mistaken, this movie is based off of something from Saturday Night Live. But I could be wrong there as well. I'm not trying to pull anything over on you. I haven't done a whole lot of research for this. You're getting my honest opinion here. I think it was involved with Saturday Night Live, the making of this movie. But I could have that mixed up with some YouTube video. Alright, well that's all I can afford to do today. I've really enjoyed this. I need to slow down and wait until next week, because I have spent a fair amount of money, even though all of this is fairly cheap. I look forward to showing you the rest of my collection, though. I'll just give you a sneak peek, because I just remembered about this. I found a copy of Shrek, which I look forward to looking at. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to more.